Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. The Brewers pick up an infielder. The Twins bring back the boomstick and a reliever. Chris Archer goes to the Rays and more. Let's do it. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. Thank you very much for joining us today on this fine Thursday afternoon. My name is Jimmy. Sitting next to me is Jake. California's joining us from Trevor Plouffe, and BBD is behind the dish. Trev, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, guys. I had an excellent morning. Let's just say I really woke up on the right side of the bed, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
you know what I mean? You know what I mean.
I sleep
if
you're looking at the bed from the foot of the bed, I sleep on the right side.
I sleep on the left side.
Jake?
Right side.
Right side. BBD? Well, you don't share a bed with anyone.
That's also true if you're looking.
Zing.
You still don't sleep in the middle of a bed
Good morning,
if it's by
David.
yourself. You still have to be on
You
a
still
side.
have a lean.
Which side?
Generally, the left side if I'm on the bed. I don't know, you got me confused with if you're looking at the bed thing.
Oh my
I guess if
God.
you're looking at the bed, I'm on the right.
So the right side.
The right
Wow,
side.
all you guys are right side guys.
Yeah.
Huh? Interesting.
But
Yep.
if I'm on the bed, that's the left side. Like,
Yes, but
person
we
would
did
fit
it
to
just
the-
frame of reference.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Stage
everyone would
easiest path to the bathroom.
everyone would be doing a lot better if they had some Oso Rojo hot sauce. They are the official hot sauce of JOMBOY Media. We've been shouting these we've been shouting this guy out on a lot of our other shows. His name is Cam. He's actually like a member of JOMBOY Media community. He watches shows. He's in the live chats for a lot of shows, and he sent us this just as a gift. We tried them. There's a YouTube video of us trying them out, all the different flavors. I enjoyed them a lot, so much so that I eat my eggs with one of his hot sauces every morning now. Tons of different flavors: ginger habanero, habanero mustard. The one I like is garlic jalapeno on the eggs in the morning. So I've been using them. They're really small batches, so you're not going to have them sit in your fridge forever and get crusty. Like, you know, some other hot sauces, like a year later, we're like, I guess we should throw that out. He's a chef. They use beer in them, which I knew Trev would like. Like, this one's got a little IPA in the ingredients. And you can use discount code JOMBOY for 10% off all of your orders when you go to the website, osorojohotsauce.com. They're flavor before spice, Trev. So you're not just going to get,
I love
yeah, there's a spice to it, but the flavor's the most important part.
I would love to get some so I could try it out. They look delicious. From what you guys have explained to me, they are delicious. And I'm all about flavor before heat. You can always add heat in other ways. I don't want just the straight hot. Give me some flavor. Good job, Oso Rojo. Use promo code JOMBOY for 10% off.
Yep. All right. We have some stuff to get into here. We got a lot of moves, but first, Jake, how are you? And tell everyone something about your life.
Oso Rojo. Trev, James, Big Baby David Mendelson. Doing all right. Moving tomorrow, so that's kind of on the mind. But doing well. Baseball, sneaky hot in the streets with these moves, Tim.
Okay. Sneaky. It's well, we got the
They're
big
low-key, high-key moves.
That's a great way to put it.
Ooh.
You know?
That's a great way to put it. Like, these moves
Low-
are impact moves. Like, they will change a facet of these teams' games. But we've gotten a lot of other moves that, you know, were more exciting off the rip, I think.
I low-key, high-key got laid this morning, so I'm very...
Jesus.
Wow.
That's
I had to
what
throw it
we
out
were
there.
Talking about?
Well, you didn't. You knew that. You knew
can't
that.
make this up.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Timothy came over with the DirecTV stuff, so you guys...
Shout out Timothy, my guy from DirecTV. That was just on Tuesday.
Yeah,
Hooked it up. He's
sounds-
a listener. He came to my door and said,
yeah, he sure did.
"Oof, I was listening to the podcast on the way over." That's a really cool moment for me and for us.
Hung around.
Timothy, who came at Trevor's.
He was great.
Cable guy style. Hung around. Slept in a closet. Woke up banging ya. How about that?
Big fan. Thank you.
Your Twins also had big things happen to them, Trev. They bring back Nelson Cruz, who's going to be banging a lot of home runs for them, which we knew this was happen. It's 1 year, $13 million. So I'm excited that this got done. Seemed kind of inevitable. I think on the episode when they got Simmons, I was like, they need Cruz now, because if they're going to have a guy that's mostly glove, no bat in the lineup, they need a guy that's all bat, no glove, and that's Nelson Cruz. He's probably the most premier all bat, no glove guy going right now. So good for the Twins. I like this move. You have anything on this, Jake?
Nelson Cruz, one of the free agents this year that I think we look back and we're like, was he really a free agent? The National League couldn't get fully interested because they still don't have a DH, even though it's fake rumored and will continue to be fake rumored. He's been an essential part of the Twins and the Bomba squad. He comes back. The rumor was he was looking for 2 years. Nelson Cruz can post as many workout videos as he wants at this point, but I think he's only getting 1-year contracts. It's comfortable in Minnesota. They put in a clause for him that on game days, his personal chef will be part of the clubhouse cooking team.
They did that?
Yes.
Because last year we had a whole conversation about how is Nelson Cruz's life going to get fucked up with the quarantine stuff, because he's one of the biggest entourage guys in baseball. Like, he has 3 guys that do, like, didn't they say like one guy like does his text messaging for him? Like, and Nelson Cruz sleeps before games, just like takes a big old nap right before the his life sounds badass.
That's where I'm trying to get to.
He's figured it out. And, the longer you play, the more people will tell you, find your routine. What works for you? Nelson Cruz has found his routine, and the results are there. I mean, he's one of those guys, you look at his baseball reference page, you're like, holy, All-Star game, MVP votes, All-Star game, MVP votes, MVP votes, MVP votes, All-Star game, MVP. I mean, like, the guy is a top 15 MVP vote getter perennially, in his age, his late 30s.
He beat
He's
out
done it now.
He beat out Edwin for most home runs in the 2010s, right?
Yep. I mean, you go look at best home run hitters for each decade. It's huge names, and Nelson Cruz is that guy. He's not recognized in some of the same ilk, but, when it all's said and done, he might be. But, yeah, man, and Trev, your Twins, I'm excited, man. I mean, Andrelton at the bottom of the lineup, he's the only guy on offense that you're kind of like whatever about, and as you've somewhat stated, there's a chance he could be the best defensive shortstop of all time. So that's not a bad dude to have as your non-hitter. And, man, their depth right now. Right now, Ryan Jeffers and Mitch Garver. Jeffers is the young guy who I think might be a little better defensively, but he's got a chance to be good. Either way, you've got a couple catching options there. Right now, they've got Polanco on the bench with Arias starting. I think those guys can semi-platoon. Or when the injury monster is going to hit, this team has depth. These guys are going to match. It'll be interesting to see how much Kirilloff can match what they lose from Eddie Rosario. I mean, net. Wow, haven't said that in a while. If he can play some defense, overall, he could become a more impactful player than Eddie Rosario. So excited for the Twins that, everyone was hot to trot on the White Sox for a little bit. I've been holding back, and now I think with these Twins making these couple of moves, I think they're back in the mix. Everyone's still a lot hotter on the White Sox, but these Twins have done it. You got to respect that a little bit.
Done what? Won the regular season.
In the Central.
Yeah, they've won the Central.
Yes.
Okay. Speaking of the Central and the White Sox and the Twins, they get Colome, who was on the White Sox last year, to be part of their closer by committee rotation. They signed him to a 1-year guaranteed $6.25 million contract. It's really $5 million for the first year. There's an option for the second year if the team does not pick up the option. It's a 1.25 buyout. So he's guaranteed $6.25. Now, the Twins had a lot of guys throw a lot of bullets for him in the bullpen last year, Trev, that they lost. Romo, Trevor May, even Clippard. Obviously, varying skill levels and help there and good bullets, but I mean, that's a lot of innings they got to make up. They got Robles, and now they get Colome. Colome is one of these guys that no one can figure out. Like, eye test people plus analytics people have heavy debates on him because he doesn't strike anyone out, but he gets the job done. A lot of analytics people say that he's really, really lucky. And then the other people say, well, I mean, but he does this year in, year out. So how is it luck? Because he's like not even a premier ground ball guy, but a ground ball guy. Doesn't have like plus stuff, but he He's an interesting guy.
Trev, you've been in the box against him, and you've been in the field behind him, and both are a little scary.
Yeah, the Twins. They are
Okay.
right there. I appreciate you guys giving them some love, Jake.
Love you.
I love Nelson back. Love the lineup. The pitching is always the question, or it seems to be we question the pitching a lot with the Twins. But BBD, I'd like you to look something up because I can't find it. I was just trying to do it. Their overall rank, their pitching, starters and relievers over the last couple of years have been like second and third in the league and Baseball Reference WAR. Can you please fact check that for me? So, adding, they lose Odorizzi. Maybe you can bring him back. I don't know. But adding Colome in there is a big help when you have some of these people leave, like May and Romo. I'm looking forward to them 100% competing with the White Sox. I mean, their lineup is really good. As far as Colome goes, he is one of those guys you just kind of are out in the field and you go like this. You're not sure what's going to happen. It's always tough. It's not an easy. It's never 1, 2, 3 with him, but he does get the job done.
He gave up at least one base runner in 50% of his outings last year. So, it's a dicey situation when you bring in a closer to get the save, and 50% of the time he's got someone on base.
You don't want that. It's very tough on you defensively as well. But he's one of those guys, it seems like when runners get on, he like buckles down. It's a strange thing. I've told you guys that for a long time. He does get it done. He's one of those guys that maybe thrives with the pressure of people on base. I don't freaking know. But he does have the demeanor of a good back of the pen reliever. He doesn't smile. I don't think I've ever seen him smile.
I like that.
And he also nicknamed himself the
Also
Caballo.
love that.
What did he nickname himself?
Caballo.
The horse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that.
he nicknamed
Colome.
himself, I heard.
Colome.
I think I have the stat you're looking for.
Okay.
So since 2018, the last 3 years, 18, 19, 20, in Fangraphs WAR, the Twins are 6th in all of baseball in WAR over that time. Another team that has a bad pitching reputation, the high on that list, Yankees are 5th.
It's
So,
strange how they
always
get
back to the
reputations
Yankees.
like that, And so the offense is there. The pitching seems to be there. Maybe if you guys need to take a step up. But, I mean, these are White Sox and Twins, two very dangerous teams.
Analytics nerds, come at me on Colome. Because we talk about how volatile relievers are. You know what this dude's worst season is? Probably 2015. He had a 3.94 ERA, and he had 13 starts this year. This guy's led the league in saves before. Look, tell me his worst season. Tell me his worst season. His ERA plus is 140 throughout his career. He's been lights out the past 3 years. Like, I get it. He doesn't strike people out. This is what we're still figuring out with analytics. Some guys don't fit the mold. And what if I told you this guy who has the ball put in play against him has Andrelton Simmons and Josh Donaldson behind him? Go look at Zach Britton's best year, another guy that the metrics don't love. He had Machado and Hardy behind him. Like, I think this was calculated by the Twins. I think this guy is a pitcher and a gamer, and I know, analytics isn't going to pick up on that. But guess what? If you're not punching guys out, and that's never what you relied on, when you're getting older, and it's not like he's old, he's still 32, he just gets dudes out. Sure, you're going to have a couple scary ones. His whip started with a 0 last year. So I know it's a small sample size, but if you take it out to 3 years, his ERA is a 2.62 with an ERA plus of 1.67. The price they're getting him at, and he's a guy that's closed games on the major league level that you put at the back of that pen. And I think one of my bigger complaints with the Twins when we talk about pitching is guys you don't want to see in a game. I don't think Colome necessarily does that, especially he can give you those scary innings. But now between him, Taylor Rogers, who's been kind of underrated, if they can find something in Hansel Robles' arms, and then you've got a couple young guys, Stashak, Thielbar, the Duff man still doing it. I kind of like what the Twins are doing here. I like the Colome signing.
Jake likes the Colome signing. Did he get less money than Trevor May? Trevor May got AAV wise. Trevor May got like 7.2.
2 years and, a little bit more money. And they'll miss May, but, I mean, Clippard and Romo, I think some of the new guys they brought in have a higher ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like split on Colome. Colome?
I wish I knew what
Colome?
like
Colome?
a good soft contact percentage is. I'm curious if that's kind of what his MO is. Like, is it just people don't hit the ball hard against him?
He rates
I feel
high.
Like that could be it.
Yeah, he rates high in hard hit rate and all that shit.
Well, that's great. Especially like you pointed out, Jim. Very good point. If I was Tony Reali, I'd be giving you the ding ding ding.
Wow.
Thank you.
The defense he's gonna have behind him.
That's Jake's point.
That was me. Thank you.
Oh, Jake, Jimmy minus ding ding ding.
Jimmy
Jake
gets
up
mute
a
buttoned.
few.
I get the points back.
Well, I get
on
some
your
points for
mistake.
being honest.
Yeah.
And giving
That's
giving
up to me,
Jake the
'cause I'm
points.
You're saying
host
that
of the
while you're
show.
muted, and everyone's like, what's he saying?
Trev got me.
Yeah.
muted,
So look,
Now Trev's muted.
not only does he have Simmons and Donaldson on the left side, but Polanco moving over to second base. If he's going to be the full-time second baseman, I think he's going to rate pretty well over there. So, and he's got the outfielders that can go freaking get it. I mean, I'm excited about it.
He's in the 75th percentile for a hard hit rate as a pitcher. So
He's like, that's okay.
99 would be better.
True.
Yes.
50 would be worse. That's
Yes.
that. So that's the Twins' moves. Good job by the Twins.
Twins moves.
Staying in the Central but shifting leagues.
Mm.
Let's go to the Brewers. They signed Kolten Wong. 2 years, $18 million with a club option for a third year that would push it to 3 years, $26 million. If you remember, I think Kolten Wong was said to, how much was he going to make in arbitration? Like $7 million?
I would say 8, 9.
My brain went to the 9-ish number.
9 mil? Okay.
8 to 10, we'll say.
Yes. Well, I think the AAV he's making more than what the Cardinals could have got him for. But the Cardinals backed out. Now knowing that the Cardinals went and got Arenado, I don't think they care. But it's kind of interesting that good for Kolten Wong. He's getting more money.
Yeah.
By them. At first, it felt like an insult. Oh, you don't want me? I'm not worth this much. Well, he got more in the end. So good job for Kolten there. Colton's kind of a very average bat, but a very above average glove. He's not. So I think he's going to go to second base, and Kolten Wong and Keston Hiura is going to go to first base, and Vogelback's kind of, well, I don't really know if they mind what happens to him.
Hefty. Yeah, I mean, the offensive stats with Wong aren't going to blow you away. They've gotten better in recent years, and he's better against righties. He's been atop that Cardinals lineup, and again, that's something where I like to give a little more credit. You hear me when I talk about Eddie Rosario. You know, these guys haven't necessarily been doing it from the 9-hole. Like, they've been in the mix. I like Kolten Wong. He's a year removed from being a 5-WAR player in 2019. In his 53-game sample, you know, he won back-to-back Gold Gloves. He's going to pick it at second base. I think he's going to get on base enough, even if he's not having his great hitting season, that he's still valuable for you. This is a Brewer signing. It's a guy who's going to rack up a couple WAR points. You know, we'd like the flashier signing to pair with Yelich, so we could be like, wow, like two monsters in the middle of that Brew Crew lineup. Wong's a dude, man, and I'm glad he still got paid a little bit. You know, after when he was one of the original ARB guys that didn't get signed, it was kind of this big yellow flag over baseball, like, oh crap, because he's a good ball player.
For the sake of being correct, there was a Cardinals team option for $12.5 million that they declined. It wasn't a pre-ARB thing.
Okay.
Oh,
Wasn't
team
an
option for
non-technical.
12.5. They declined it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now what did he just sign?
2 for 18 with a third-year option.
So the AAV is lower.
AAV is lower.
Guaranteed money's higher. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
It's okay.
I'll take it.
He batted leadoff for the Cardinals last year?
I
think he did.
can get the numbers.
I think that was his
one of the playoffs games, but I think somebody might have got hurt by then.
No. He batted leadoff for the Cardinals last year, but that was his first year, kind of top of the lineup guy. But the on base percentage is going to be there. Trav, you like this move?
I love this move. It is a very Brewers move. I like the way you put it, because they're looking for value, and I think they found value here. I'd like him to go out and still go get a shortstop We don't know what the Rockies are doing. We never know what the Rockies are doing. I said that they should go get Trevor Story. I know that's a long shot, but that'd be super cool. And I think they'd have a really good infield and chance in the NL Central if they went and did that. But I do like Kolten. I like what he brings to the team. Keston is a really good bat, but struggles defensively. And so they've rectified that. The middle of the infield now is solid defensively. But what I'm really curious about is Jakey Scoops. You had this, but you didn't put it out. Do you want to?
I can tell the people. Talk
about it a little bit because people were wondering, hey, Jake, you were going to do it. I think you handled it correctly.
My little birds had told me that something was going down in the NL Central. Yeah, man, and we kind of got.
I was also on the text chat.
Yeah, our little birds.
Yeah.
Our little birds had gotten wind of something. So, yeah, it got to us, and I don't know. The person who was trying to hook it up for us, obviously you can't give away your scoops, but
you wanted to make sure the physical went through, which is great.
Yeah,
I think that's what you should do.
And I think it's it's something that again we kind of haven't considered because let's say 95% of the time the physical's fine and it goes through. That other 5% it could be really messed up to the player if you're kind of announcing that their physical didn't pass. What was it? Why? I mean, everything ends up getting out there eventually, and that's why when you saw it come out, it was pending physical. But
yeah, because you got the guy shook, bro. You got the guy shook, and you handled it the right way. And on behalf of players throughout Major League Baseball, I'm gonna give you a golf clap.
You did have sex today, huh?
What's up with the Brewers' left side of the infield?
Well, they traded for Urias. That was the Trent Grisham trade. He got hurt last year. So I think he's probably gonna battle with Arcia at shortstop.
Then who's their third
And I
baseman?
think he can play third base if needed.
They have him listed as Urias and Arcia as a shortstop and third baseman.
We could still see them make a move.
Yeah.
I don't think any third basemen have been signed in free agency yet, which is kind of a weird fun fact. There wasn't a bunch of big names there, but
I would love Justin Turner to go there.
Hey,
I would love it.
A righty
it makes
masher
sense.
to
They
go
don't
with-
have a bat on the left side of the infield right now.
a righty
I think
masher
he
to
would
go with
fit
Yelly.
the whole mold of the organization. I know he's a Dodger guy, but he's also a guy that's moved a little bit in his career. He understands that, and they like that good clubhouse mentor type of guy, and that's exactly what
Have the
JT
Brewers
would
ever
bring.
had a redhead?
Ooh, Brewers redheads.
How would the Brewers? Because obviously that bright Dodger blue plus the red hair, it all pops.
Yeah.
It's basically like a cartoon.
Ooh, Justin Turner in those throwbacks, the white with the pinstripes.
I think he would look really
Wow.
good. And dude, talk about end of your career wanting to go out with a bang and get a little bit of help. Go to Miller Park and rake, dude. Go to Miller Park and rake in that bandbox. He would hit 30 home runs, no doubt, if he played there. So JT, if you're watching this, which you probably do, because as my neighbor Drake says, I don't know what he says. Something like we're on the top.
Okay.
We're the best podcast there is.
Drake is
anyways, go to Milwaukee.
Drake is always saying that in his songs.
What does he say?
We're
Something.
the best podcast there is. My name's Drake.
Man, Turner would really change the dynamic of that team. Because man,
it falls off.
At every position though, it's guys you half like. It's Narvaez, Hura, Wong, and then Urias Arcia. They got to figure that out.
It's the left side of the infield.
Yelich, Kane, and Avasale, who they got last year,
yeah.
If they were to sign Justin Turner, you could look at that lineup and say no holes.
It makes a big change
Yeah.
if you get a third baseman, a bat that can
So go get him.
play short or third.
I'm gonna text. I was actually texting Justin Turner yesterday.
What were you
And I'm
texting
gonna
him? What were you texting him?
Well,
Pictures?
it's kind of private matter,
I
but
think I'm gonna get laid tomorrow.
It has something to do with fantasy football from 2
Justin,
years
can you
ago.
text my wife? Tell her I'm feeling down.
Can you hit up DirecTV for me?
Has to do
He
with
probably has
fantasy.
a lot of pool around here.
Has to do with fantasy baseball a couple years ago. Fantasy football.
Fantasy football from a few years ago. Still kind of figuring all that out, but I'm gonna throw a text. Say, hey, you and the Brew Crew might be a great fit.
Send it.
Done.
Because someone else you were texting about where they were going to sign didn't text you back. That's our next topic here. Chris Archer. goes to the Rays on a 1-year, $6.5 million contract. Makes him the third highest paid player on the Rays behind Kiermaier and Tsutsugo. A surprising move for the Rays to put up this much money, in my opinion, for Archer, who has a very serious injury he's recovering from. The Rays were said to be in on Tyone. The Rays were said to be in on Kluber. They didn't get those guys, so maybe they just didn't want to get outbid again, and they went higher. I don't know how this worked out. I've been wrong on all of these injury pitchers. They're all getting way more money than I thought they would get. So, congrats to Arch. And I'm interested today. They have Waka and Arch now, and it's like, how's this going to play out?
Your boy, Trev.
Yeah, I mean, that was a tough one for me. It was. When it came out, I think BBD put it in our text, and immediately I just felt like I had been wronged. So I sent the text over, said, hey, what happened? He explained kind of what was going on. And obviously hold no ill will towards him. He did get a nice contract. I did say the Rays were definitely in play for him. I want to be put that out there.
I don't know if you said that on air or not. But
there was a tweet at one point you mentioned them being a distinct possibility, or saying
whatever.
Or you said on air they're definitely not out of it. You said something.
Yeah, because he told me, like, my source was him. So that's always a good source. Straight to the source. But yeah, look, I think it's a great move for both sides. Archer gets to go back to where he feels comfortable. And now the funny thing about this whole thing is like that trade that netted them Glass now and Meadows and who else? Everybody else that had got him. And now here's Archer back for $6.5 million. You got the gang back together. And there's a real chance. I mean, his arm feels good. He's been doing a lot of his off season has been great. I've seen he's bulked up a little bit. He looks stronger. So they're counting on a rebound from him, and I wouldn't doubt it, man. He's determined. I like when I talk to him about baseball now, like he's in, man. He's really pushed his chips all to the middle of the table, and because he knows this is, he's getting up there, and he wants to play for a while.
This is going to be the test, man. If the Rays are going to become this almost pitcher rehab facility with Archer and Waka, like if those guys can get their careers back on track, both were all-stars in 2015. Arch had a little more success after that, but, interesting to see what the Rays can dig up and get out of these guys. I'm kind of in on Archer. Waka, there was a little less risk there. Like Jimmy said, he's their third highest paid player. So I don't think this is the Rays just getting outbid by people, and I'd, be curious to see what other offers Archer had, but he goes somewhere he's familiar, they're familiar with him, and they wouldn't make him their team's third highest player if he hadn't been looking pretty good and they didn't see something they could work with. So, it's going to be interesting to measure how the Rays try to replace Snell and Morton from last year. Right now it's Archer and Waka, which doesn't seem like full replacements, but because I was wondering, I was like, this all doesn't make that much sense. Because I'm still on the Rays train. I'm trying to smell it out. I got a feeling this team is going to look different come the end of the year in a big way. I think they might roll up a lot of the young guys. Patino was the young chip they got in the Snell deal. McClanahan was the kid who they called up in the playoffs, who's another big prospect. So interested to see. Rays are going to raise, and I'm going to believe in them until they prove me wrong.
Do you think the Rays' number one goal this season is to win the World Series?
No.
Me neither.
That's a tough question right there, Jim.
I think they do.
I think they believe they can win the World Series because they're the Rays, and that's what.
Yeah, believing they can doing it and it being their number one priority are two different things.
I think they try to be as good as they can possibly be within their parameters, and I don't think their parameters goal is win the World Series. It's be really good with a limited budget and
make the playoffs. What if they flip? What if they flip Arch again? What if they flip him? They traded for him. They traded him away. They sign him. They trade him away again.
Another thing.
Be great for Arch.
I talked about this all last year on this pod about the clubhouse chemistry, the the attitude that's in there. Like, they don't care. They let you do whatever you want. Go out there and play. Be the best player you can be. Do whatever it takes to be that player. I've referenced it being like the inmates running the asylum over there. They know Arch is going to bring that same thing to the clubhouse. Like, he's going to bring that attitude. Like, we're better than everybody else. And they need guys to feel like that to get, to have them live up to their potential or go past their potential. So Arch is the perfect guy for that.
I'm interested to see. There's a lot of pitchers that haven't pitched in a while that are coming back, and teams that are in playoff hunts are depending on them, and it's kind of interesting. It's not your normal like comeback year assignment, if what I'm saying makes sense.
Yeah.
Usually it's like when Tyone said he went to Seattle when we interviewed him, because he was like, I knew there wasn't pressure and I could just get back to full health. Now.
Taiwan
Walker, not Tyone. Tyone. My bad.
We got there.
We got a bunch of moves I don't care about that I will throw your guys' way in case you will have something to say. I'm going to butcher this name. Soria goes to the D-backs, 1 year, $3.5 million. He can get up to $500K in bonuses. Does anyone care what the D-backs are doing?
See him at the trade deadline.
Yeah. Okay. Trav, you got anything?
On what?
Soria, D-backs? Soria? How do you say it? I feel like
Soria.
Soria?
He's played for so damn long. I don't know, man. Like, good for him. He's still going.
Cool.
Huge.
Still going.
Full. Good thoughts. Next up, Andrew Chafin to the Cubs. He will earn $2.25 million in 2021. It's got a bunch of mutual options, buyouts, incentives. Does anyone have any thoughts on this? I do not.
Get some lefties out. See you at the trade deadline.
Trev?
No thoughts.
Okay. Callaway got suspended only because he denies all allegations, which means that they have to run an investigation before they can fire him. Jared Porter did not deny the allegations, so once he said, yeah, this is all true, they were like, okay, you're fired. Since Mickey Callaway didn't do that, they have to...
What's he denying?
I think he... I don't want to walk inside the brain of Mickey Callaway because it seems like a dark place. I'm going to guess the only thing they could say is they were actually responding and they deleted all their texts and just made it look like I was texting myself. If he has a phone full of texts that do that, I would guess if I was his lawyer, that would be my first question to Mickey Callaway. Did they delete some text? Was it actual conversation here? But I mean, I'm guessing they're just going to investigate it and he's going to get fired because it's all there.
Yeah.
Do the right thing, Angels. You do not want my wrath coming down on you. I have a lot of pent-up anger towards the Angels front office. You guys know this. I don't want to go off on them. I do not want to go off on you guys. Just do the right thing.
Okay.
For once.
Cleveland signed Brian Shaw and Heath Hembry to minor league deals. King Felix and Wade LeBlanc minor league deals with the Orioles. And Josh Phegley retired. King Felix getting another shot. It's fun. More spring training hype coming our way. I enjoyed that.
Did he opt out last year?
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
It was going to be the fifth
interesting to
starter.
see if he would have been a part of that run.
Who knows if he would have lasted? Hamels came back. They would have had an interesting decision. If King Felix lasted until Hamels came back, I think they would. But no, because then they needed so many pitchers. So yeah, if he was pitching he would have been part of it.
You guys know something I always love is how much a guy loves baseball. Going to be 35-year-old Felix Hernandez, a guy that was on top of the game as much as a starting pitcher kind of can be. I mean, non-roster invite to Baltimore, babe. I am all about that. Go shove, and let's see you at the trade deadline.
Speaking of, where's Fernando Rodney?
Hot. He was in.
He's probably pitching in. He's probably pitching in the Winter League World Series. Just doing it.
Yeah.
He opted out last year, so he's still eligible.
Oh yeah.
He'll wait till midseason. Wait for the contenders to sort themselves out.
Just a note on Josh Phegley. Congrats on the career. We love retirement notes on this podcast. We love them.
I still have to write yours for you.
Never
Yeah.
criticized the retirement report on this podcast ever. And Josh Phegley, let me tell everybody here, he is, if Jake Storiale became a Major League Baseball player,
Still hope.
it'd be Josh Phegley.
Okay.
You'd be a catcher.
Ooh.
You're kind of round. You guys look alike.
Stay
Defensively minded.
Okay.
Can zap one over the fence if need be every once in a while. I mean, he's like your baseball doppelganger. So he'll always be near and dear to my heart. And he's a hilarious person. So
I thought it was
Love you,
Tony
Josh.
Danza and Angels in the Outfield.
Yeah.
Ripping cigs.
the body shape
old
and
and
everything
beaten up.
is just so identical.
Sorry to hear
Perfect.
that, Josh. Congrats on retirement.
Someone in the chat said that the Astros did sign Rodney and brought him to his camp after he opted out and he opted back in or something. I forget.
They were talking. I don't
Rings
think
a
they
bell.
ever officially did something. I don't know.
Me neither.
If I can circle back to King Felix briefly.
Sure.
Trev, you hit him very well
Ooh.
for it being King Felix.
Wow.
6 for 13.
Yeah, I did. I had some
Only one
success.
strikeout.
Wow. Couldn't get in on your hands.
Hey,
No, he was with the Astros and then they released him. He didn't opt
I don't
out.
want to say anything. I love Felix. Other guys I would say stuff about, but I respect Felix.
Or are you going
too
to say
much.
that you hit him well?
I don't know. I would talk some sort of crap. You guys know me. Sometimes I'm feeling myself, especially after the morning I had. Really feel myself.
Thank you, Timothy. Zendino the Great, thank you as well.
Mm.
That's all we got. That's all we got. I think there's still more to come. If you want to do rumor mill stuff, I'll just read it. Paxton, Odorizzi, Taiwan Walker are being linked to the Phillies, and it was another team that I was like, them? Why them? Do another team. I forget who it was.
I will
Cardinals.
have the
Cardinals.
Odorizzi news. I will have it.
I mean, who knows? Cardinals.
He's getting hot.
I'm trying. I was talking to him yesterday too.
So those guys are linked to the Cardinals and the Phillies last. If the Cardinals went out and got one, I really like their rotation then. What else was happening? JBJ apparently wants a 5-year deal,
Same.
but he's a Boris contract, so maybe you ask for 5, you get the 1.
Yeah. One with an option.
And 3 teams are pursuing Rich Hill, Dick Mountain.
Huge.
I think JBJ's right to go after an extended deal. I do. And I doubt he wants a super high AAV for it. He just wants to be somewhere and to be
Sure,
and to
Trev,
have
we
that
all
be
do.
home. Go ahead.
We all, I mean, doesn't every player? Doesn't majority of players want a multi-year deal? I think the crux is, do players want to sign him for a multi-year deal? He's a speed guy. His biggest weapon is speed.
Yeah, but I think that his tools can play out over the next 4 years. Like he's going to give you elite defense, not a great bat. And then as he gets older, maybe some of his speed goes away, Jim, he'll still be a serviceable 4th outfielder. And teams, I mean, that's valuable for teams that want to give you, a defensive look or something like that. So if I'm him, I'm doing the exact same thing. Is he going to get 4 years? Probably not. Can he get 3 years? I bet you he can. A smart team would do that deal.
Man, remember the Carl Crawford
Dodgers,
deal?
go do a Dodgers for cheap. Do it for cheap.
The Dodgers.
Hope he goes to the Texas Rangers just so you have to say nice things about them.
I'm never going to, ever. Only the good job. Gibby's a stud.
Love you,
and I love
Gibby.
him.
Hot.
Hey, is that really Jeff Passan in the chat?
No.
No.
Okay. What's up, Jeff?
What's up, Jeff?
What's up, dude?
Sup? Hey, that's all we got, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. Hopefully more stuff happens. Who are the big names, Jake?
Bauer, Odorizzi, Taiwan Walker, and Paxton are the other Impact starters. That
Ozuna.
Ozuna. I know Braves fans getting kind of antsy. What's going on?
Wait, Ozuna didn't sign?
No. There's still some action.
Was that a dream I had?
Big time
Puig.
fever dream. Puiger.
According to John Heyman, no teams are in on Puig. That's
Yeah, but
what
John Heyman and Luba are just fighting on Twitter, and
I had to come. I want to speak out. I had to come at Ken Rosenthal for like
Yeah.
twice in
Justin
the last
Turner.
week or so.
Turner. All right.
Who knows what Cole Hamels looks like right now?
Love you, Ken. I love you, Ken. Some of the headlines you're putting out are very misleading, and I don't like that.
Well, he doesn't
But-
write the headlines, and he works for MLB. So I mean, just things you have to keep in mind. Right. Right.
Yeah,
Jake
he
Fair's
works
fair.
for the Athletic.
Jake Arrieta got anything in the tank?
It's on MLB Network.
I'm just saying. And if you don't write your own headlines, you could a guy like Ken Rosenthal can be like, "Hey, not a good headline."
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Shane Green, Mike
Probably
Fiers,
is veto power.
Melanson.
Melanson.
Homer Bailey, your guy, Trev. That's another guy you should hit up. Get the Bailey scoop when it's about to break.
He is my guy. Love that guy.
Is your guy.
A
Jeremy
lot of
Jeffress.
history.
Jason Kipnis to the Yanks. I wanted that all off season for some reason.
He hasn't signed with anybody yet.
No. There's some bodies out there. Duvall, who was so good last year. I mean, I don't know. There's
Did
still,
you say?
still
Did,
some
did you say
Oliver Perez? No.
Cole Hamels?
I did. I said, what's he got? I don't know.
I got to tell you, the remaining list of people, I don't think we have any besides Bauer, like any run to the mics and get an instant reaction signings
Ozuna's
left.
kinda
Potentially
there.
Ozuna to a funky team.
If the team's a surprise.
Yeah.
If Ozuna or Turner are a surprising team,
Yeah, I guess Turner kind of too.
depends.
Turner's been real good.
I like Justin Turner, but I don't think it's a run to the mic.
Yeah.
I think Bauer's the only fire up. We got to go left.
I can't wait for that day to happen. I can't wait to see what silly shit he's going to do to announce it. I can't wait. I'm excited.
Trevor Rosenthal.
Trev lying through his teeth because he got laid this morning.
I think,
I'm not lying through my teeth. I want to see what he's going to do because I'll tell you what, it better be really good.
yeah.
It better be really,
I
really
want to
good.
see it.
I still want a Super
I
Bowl
wanna
commercial,
see it.
Jim. I'm holding out that was a great suggestion. I hope he does it.
Might be.
That would be awesome.
Well, probably not out of the budget if he signed.
Have the team pay for it.
Yeah, put that in the contract. No, I think what's going to be interesting, Super Bowl Sunday ad. And then I think that's when you're going to hear some people start getting loud about these free agents. Like free agency started slow, nobody, I don't know. And then it started happening like after the Super Bowl, football season's over, baseball's here. That's when you're going to start seeing the what's Bauer doing? What's Ozuna? If spring training starts, that's when things get real loud.
Real loud. Hey, before we leave, I got to take care of some backtrack names from our Patreon. We got Owen, Colin Walker, Ian Burton, Catherine Zolmer, James Vinton, Stefan Young, Brent Przybliski. What the fuck?
All over it.
Przybliski? Przybliski. Jim McGorry, Aaron Sharp, Jamie Reich, Jorge Merlos, VJ Alcamendras. Autumn Cronin, Chris Elliott, Miles Powicki, Joe, Brian Layton, Tom Keenan, and Zach Weaver. Trev, I don't know even know if you have access to the behind the scenes JOMBOY Media Patreon Twitter and behind the scenes JOMBOY Media Patreon Instagram, but yeah, funny shot of Jake falling in the snow last night or yesterday was on there. Sam's been crushing those accounts as well as a bunch of other perks if you go to patreon.com/JOMBOYmedia.
I love it.
I love it too. I like it as well. That's all we got. Jake, final words?
Shout out Timothy.
Thanks for taking care of Trev, Timothy.
You guys know what time it is.
Cleaning out the pipes.